Well, it was another week of high drama in the Trump administration last week. For Trump, he started the week, it was his week to talk about infrastructure. And of course, that's all he did to do was talk about it. It began with Monday with an elaborate signing ceremony in the White House in which he didn't sign a bill, he didn't sign an executive order. All he did was sign a memorandum asking Congress to look into it. So it was just, again, just more of the con. And then he spent the rest of the week talking about it in various forums, going to various cities and talking about infrastructure, but there was still nothing put on the table, no infrastructure bill put on the table. And we don't have a tax bill, we don't have a health care bill, we don't have anything. It really, in 4 months, this Trump administration has not put forth any significant legislation, period. And that's really not surprising when you consider that there's nobody to even put together the legislation. Because many of the senior posts that we have in the administration that Trump has to fill have gone unfilled. In fact, people haven't even been nominated. So we are operating with this skeletal government. And not only don't we have people to fill them, but we don't even have people, we have people leaving. So even the positions that are being filled are now getting to be vacant. And the issue is that nobody wants to work for Trump. And who would? He's nothing more than a con man. I mean, look at it. Our diplomatic corps in terms of our ambassadors, they were all told to leave on January 20th, so we don't have any ambassadors other than a few acting ambassadors here and there, but nobody else has been confirmed, and very few people have been put forth to the Senate for confirmation. All of the all the U.S. attorneys were fired in March, so we don't have even U.S. attorneys. So we don't even have anybody in the law enforcement level. So yes, it is his priority, is his preference and priority as a president to fill these positions with his people. But unlike other presidents who do it gradually and let the people serve until their replacements are found, Trump has decimated our ambassadors, decimated our U.S. attorneys, and left us all the worse for it. Of course, the week saw another big record as Trump went nearly 2,800 minutes without tweeting. Wow. Aren't we the lucky ones? Too bad it couldn't go forever. But of course, even Trump has an itchy finger. But of course, the big news of the week was the Comey testimony. And I don't know really what it accomplished. I don't think he really said anything that we didn't expect him to say. But nonetheless, it was damaging to the president. Because now the president, as we said, as many commentators say, it's now not only just Comey's word, but versus the president's words. But now it's Comey's words plus the proof he's provided by sending memos to his top administrative leaders in the FBI by his memos. So it's a whole army of people against Trump. And who do you think I believe? But even that's not even important anymore. I've just gotten to the point where with this president, he just really needs to resign. Because there's no way that he bounces back from all of this. We're 4 months in the administration, and we have a special prosecutor, we have the Senate and the House investigating him, we have nobody filling positions, we have no legislative priorities, we have nothing being done. It's nothing more than the art of the con, and that is all Trump is, but a con man. And at this point, I have no tolerance for anybody who continues to support him. Because it's not about party, it's about country, and it's about morality. And if this is if this is the bar that you set, which is so low, then I just have no time for you. I know some people say, well, it's just nothing but a witch hunt. No, it's not a witch hunt. Trump never was vetted. We never saw his financial records. We never saw his business records. So he was never vetted. So he's going through that vetting process that everybody else has gone through. What happened to Bill Clinton when he was president? Well, that was a witch hunt because we were going after Whitewater, which was something that had happened years before, and eventually got impeached because he had sex with Monica Lewinsky. And as I've always said, the only thing he should have been impeached for was his poor taste in women. But this is not a witch hunt. This is about getting to the bottom of the facts. And this is about investigating somebody who really is nothing more than a con man, somebody who's played fast and loose with the laws for years as a private business person. And we deserve answers to all of this. And Trump could provide them in a minute by releasing his tax returns and letting us have access to his business records so that we could get to the bottom of it. So this is not a witch hunt. No, this is about self-inflicted wounds by Trump himself. And he could end it today. He could end it tomorrow. He has the choice. He could end it any time that he wants. So for those of you who still support Trump, I feel very sorry for you. I feel sorry that your morals are that low. I feel sorry that your expectations are that low. And I feel sorry that you think so little of yourself, that you would support somebody like this. Trump has to go. He needs to go now. And he needs to take Mike Pence with him. And might as well take Paul Ryan and Mitch McConnell and the whole lot of them with them. Oh, and one other thing before I close. Last week in Kansas, where Governor Sam Brownback has been pursuing these Republican policies of low taxes and breaks for the business. Well, last week, the Kansas legislature approved the largest tax increase in the state's history. Why? Because the Republican policies failed. They decimated the state, left it broke, and now out of desperation, unfortunately, it's the taxpayers that now have to pay for this governor's reckless experiment. Let him go too, because Republican policies just do not work.